What's going on, people? Welcome to Football Carnage, and we are back with a Madrid hype. And this one, it hits different because it's the beginning of a new era. La Liga's over, and we can fully focus on the future. Next time you'll see us play a game is the Club World Cup. Certain teams don't have to worry about that because they couldn't qualify, but we did. My new gaffer is in the building. The official presentation. We're going to break that down. We're going to also talk about Alvaro Carreras. We're going to talk about Lunin. He's being linked with the move to Galatasaray. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool fans, you could finally stop bitching because you're going to get some bread. You're welcome, little bro. Maybe the little $5 million that we throw you, you can use that to help you get Florian Wirtz. So say thank you. But I don't know about you guys. I'm hyped. I woke up today, the sun was out, the birds were chirping, I smelled bacon being cooked, I smelled maple syrup. You know, like one of those mornings when it's just gonna be a great day, it's just that feeling that you got right here in your chest. Bro, let me tell you something right now. We are back. I don't need to even see a game played. I don't need to see a ball get kicked. Let me tell you something right now. Xabi Alonso is the guy. We're going to go through all of it. Big up to the damn chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on those post notifications. Because even though the season has just ended, we got a lot of content that's coming out. So much things that we got to talk about. But I know that you guys are excited. It's no way that you can see what's going on at the club and not be hyped right now. Fucking hell, bro. Some madness. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Yo, big up Sensei, my guy. This summer will determine if Barca should be scared. Oh no, Barca, you should be scared. You should. You should. My manager is a better tactician than Hansi Flick. My manager is going to have a game plan for those kamikaze tactics. You enjoy what you just saw over the last 9 months because you're not going to be seeing that next season. I can guarantee it. I'll be here. So make sure that all you Barca scum that like to troll, make sure you're here because next season is about to be a madness. I'm telling you. Xabi Alonso is better than Hansi Flick. I don't care what anybody tells me. Watch his in-game adjustments. Watch his tactical prowess. Your manager don't have that. There's a reason why Hansi Flick only stays at a club for 1 or 2 seasons. Because your players burn out. He's basically Ange Postecoglou with more trophies. That's what Hansi Flick is. This upcoming season, we'll talk. Again, you enjoy it. What you saw, 4 El Clasicos, beat us in 2 cup finals. Fantastic. But it all ends next season. I have a better squad than you. I have more depth than you. And now I have a manager that's going to be able to counter the system that you guys ran. Unless Hansi Flick is going to change up his philosophy, which I don't think so. All right, then. Yeah. That's how I'm feeling right now. That's how I'm feeling. We're going to look at his press conference. We're going to read every single question. I'm going to analyze every single answer. Bro, he's the guy. Xabi Alonso is the guy. These Barcelona fans are going to rabies next season. Oh, my days. Yo, Willie, what's good, bro? Our new coach didn't say we... Exactly. I was told that I must be tortured. I was told that I had to go through depression in order to succeed. And you know what? Maybe Carlo Ancelotti was onto something. Because we suffered so much last season, now we're moving crazy in the transfer window. Dean Huijsen, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alvaro Carreras. We're going to probably get a midfielder. Probably going to address a backup striker as well. If we wouldn't have suffered last season, maybe we only would have signed Trent this summer. Who knows? So maybe Carlo was onto something, chat. Ter Stegen, Hala Madrid, come on. We're going to win the UCL. You know what? I'm going to make a claim right now. I think Xabi Alonso will be the manager that wins us our first official treble. I don't know if it'll be next season, the season before that, or the season after that, or the season after that one. We will win our first official treble underneath this manager. I'm telling you this right now. But yeah, we got lots to get into. Let me see. There's a lot of Kevins in this chat. Fucking hell. I know Kevin's a pretty popular name, but damn. Y'all moms didn't have no creativity when y'all was being named? Just fucking hella Kevins. What's going on? Shit is looking like the Kevin convention in the damn chat. Fuck is this? That's what you lot said last year? Fair enough. I didn't think we were gonna, well, to be fair, I think we're gonna win everything every season. So, I mean, you can't really blame us for that, right? I mean, come on. Like, how could we see our team and not think that we're gonna win everything next season? What is this? Yo, big up Warrior. What's good, bro? Hold on. How's everybody's day going, though? Are you guys excited about Xabi Alonso becoming Real Madrid's next manager? Yo, Faith, even though Manchester United are in the mud, look at how they just signed Matheus Cunha. It's a good deal. I didn't even get a chance to record about that. Maybe I'll drop a video from Matheus Cunha on Carnage Extra. I was too busy setting up this stream to even think about something else. I'm gonna be real. When does the new season start, brother? My season, well, technically, the Club World Cup counts as this season, but because that's Xabi Alonso's first official matches with us, that's when I'm saying that the next season starts, in my opinion. A few more chats, then we're going to get into it. Fire background, fire song. Look, W Mbappe, my golden boot winner, my striker. Come on, Mbappe. All right, a few more, guys. Make sure you run the likes up, people. And subscribe to the channel if you've not done so, right? Don't forget, the link for the second channel is going to get dropped in the live chat throughout the stream. Same thing for the Discord. If you're not subscribed to Carnage Extra, if you see that link, click it. Subscribe. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. If you want to become a member of the channel, if you want to get a badge next to your name, if you want to be able to drop the Real Madrid emoji, I also got the Barca emoji that's available as well. And if you want to be able to put those in the chat, got to become a member. The link is pinned. You click that, get access, and join the Carnage mob. But, guys, let's just get into it, right? Keep getting your chats in there. I'm going to get back to you guys. But we got to talk about it. The Xabi Alonso era at Real Madrid has begun. And let me tell you something. I am so excited. I honestly believe that this is the guy that will do amazing things at this club. As I said earlier, I bet that Xabi Alonso is the manager that wins us our first official treble. I'm talking about Copa del Rey, La Liga, and the UCL. We've never done it. I think Xabi Alonso is the guy that puts us in the record books with that accomplishment. This guy is a tactical genius. I mean, look at what he did at Leverkusen. Invincible. Domestic double. He disrupted what Bayern München got going on. He made Leverkusen a powerhouse. He made the Bundesliga relevant. Now, he's officially been presented as our new manager. We got the announcements on Instagram yesterday, and then we got the official presentation and the press conference that shortly followed. Now, let me tell you something right now. We're about to dissect this shit. I'm about to break down his press conference like a kilo of cocaine. They're gonna think I'm on Narcos, the way that I'm breaking down these questions and analyzing his answers. They're gonna think that I'm Pablo Escobar, the way that I'm about to dice these up. I'm telling you, Xabi Alonso is the guy. I am so excited to have a manager that is good with in-game management. I'm glad that we're going to have a system. I'm glad that we have a manager that has a philosophy. We don't have to rely on the power of friendship. We don't have to rely on the power of brotherhood, individual brilliance. We're going to go into games and we're going to actually have tactical awareness. I am fucking excited. I'm excited that we're going to have a manager that's going to use the youth system. I'm excited to see what he does with Arda Güler. People wanted us to sign Florian Wirtz. Fuck Florian Wirtz. I got Arda. Arda's better than him. Watch what Xabi Alonso does with this player. People forget Xabi Alonso, before he went to Sociedad, he was coaching in Madrid's academy. A lot of the kids that you see on our bench, Xabi was coaching them when they were like 13. He is going to revolutionize Real Madrid. I'm telling you this right now. Big up to Carlo Ancelotti. Fantastic manager. The most successful one in our history. And I wish him nothing but the best in Brazil. But it was time for a change. And even though Xabi Alonso was not my first preference, we all know I wanted Jurgen Klopp. But I can hold my hands up and say, I think this is going to be an amazing hire when I actually think about everything that comes with it. Xabi Alonso played for the club, won multiple trophies with this club, one of the best midfielders in his day, goes on to become one of the best managers in the world. He waited for us. He wanted this job. Last season, when they went invincible, Bayern Munchen needed a new manager. Liverpool needed a new manager. He rejected them. Why did he do that? For this moment right fucking here. We are going to go through his press conference and we're going to react to everything. I need you guys to smash that like button. I need you to subscribe. I need you to turn on those post notifications. Our gaffer has arrived. Yo, let me tell you something, bro. Exciting times are ahead. We suffered these last 9 months, but we're not going to suffer for much longer. Club World Cup's going to be here soon. I expect to win that. Next season, La Liga, we'll talk. Champions League, we'll talk. Copa del Rey, Spanish Super Cup, we will talk. It's time, people. New era is here. I'm super excited. But, I mean, look, let's get into it, right? Because I didn't see anything, right? I purposely kept myself off of social media. I didn't want to see any questions that were asked. I didn't want to see any answers that he gave. I wanted to react to this live with you guys and be just as surprised by some things, even though I know that some of you guys in the comment section might have already seen a lot of the answers that he gave. But I do want to know, right? Let me know what you're saying about Xabi Alonso. Are you as high on him as I am? Do you feel as excited as I do about this man becoming our manager? But let's get into it, right? Now, look, Xabi Alonso today presented at Madrid City, did the formalities, signed the contract. But the most important thing, in my opinion, is the press conference, right? Look at my gaffer. Let's look at him. What a man. Now, let me scroll down. Brother, I'm telling you, we are fully about to read every single thing that's right here. I'm going to be real. So I need you guys to grab some popcorn. I need you guys to get a drink, right? Get your favorite snack. We got a lot of shit to talk about. So get comfortable. We're here. Yo. Oh, my days. Okay, let's get into it. So, Xabi Alonso spoke to the press in the media room at Real Madrid City after signing his deal to become Real Madrid's coach for the next 3 seasons. In his first press conference as our team's new boss, he reflected, "It's an emotional day, the kind you remember because it will only happen once in your lifetime. I feel immense pride, responsibility, excitement, and energy to come back to where I felt at home. I'm eager to start out this new chapter. I won't get giddy. The demands reflect brilliantly on all Carlos achieved. It's a challenge, but we want to do things that inspire and excite." That's, okay, I thought for a second there, it threw me off. That's what my coaching staff and I are coming here to do. I'm sure we have the energy to give us the extra boost we need. Chat, tell you something right now, bro. breaking this down like cocaine. Where's my snorting? Let me inject the Xabi Alonso quotes into my veins, okay? Let me just get a little dopamine fix right there. All right, let's talk about it. So, first question that was asked. What does he need to improve this Madrid team? Chat starts. I've done an analysis of the team, but I'll use that to inform the ideas I have and project. What? Oh, and the project I'm undertaking. As coaches, we depend on the players, and they're at the very highest level. The challenge is to build a team and get everyone moving in the same direction. That will be an incredibly powerful force. It's our duty to strive to improve in every respect. From the moment I take over as Real Madrid coach, my vision is to find a consensus with the club. This is a fantastic squad, and I can't wait to start working with the players. I'm not coming in here with a set of demands, rather a desire to work hard. I think this is a good answer. It's a good answer. I feel like he didn't really answer this question too much, though. You know, managers got to do the semantics, right? They can't just say outright what they think, right? Obviously, he's going to be critical about some things, but you're not going to just come in right away and say that. But decent answer. I was hoping that he was going to be a bit more direct in terms of what does this squad need to improve, right? I was hoping that he'd bring up something tactically, right? Like, you know, there was a lot of freestyle football that was going on last season. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make sure that we have a brand of football, right? That we are not going to be out-coached. We're not going to be going into games without a plan. But obviously, he's not going to say that, right? Because he's not going to want to throw shade on Carlo Ancelotti. Next question says, when did he decide to make the switch? He says, it has to work for both sides. Madrid have to want you, and you have to want to come, okay? Duh. The second of those isn't usually an issue. Yeah, duh. I mean, who fuck wouldn't want to become Madrid's manager? You kidding me, bro? I'd become Madrid's manager right now. If Florentino Perez called me right now during this stream and said, you know what? We're going to sack Xabi Alonso after one day. You become our Madrid manager, Carnage. Are you brother, I would be on the first flight to Madrid. Brother, I wouldn't even ask him the terms of my employment. I would just say yes. And then I would cry on stream. Are you mad? Anyways, I consider myself Real Madrid coach as of yesterday. And today, even more so with all of you gathered here and the people at the club as well. The next step is to be with the players, although I've already met some of them because they were down there just now. I wonder what players were there because I know that the international break is about to get started. Like I saw Vinicius was on a jet back to Brazil. I know Lunin's got called up by Ukraine. Arda Güler is on duty with Turkey. So I wonder which players showed up. If I was a player, I'm gonna be real. Like if I was Rodrigo, for example, chat. Rodrigo, we all know. This guy might be out the club. If I was him, I would be at this press conference. I would have met Xabi Alonso at the fucking door. Are you mad? I'd have picked him up from the airport. I'd have looked him in his face like, yo, bruv, I'm gonna need, like, please don't sell me. You know what I'm saying? If you're not on international duty, your ass needs to be at this press conference. You need to greet your gaffer day one. It's like when you guys get a job. You feel me? You look your boss in the eye, and you give him a firm handshake. Like, yeah, I'm here. You feel me? If I was a Madrid player that was uncertain about my future, I would be at this press conference. I'm telling you this right now. Anyways, let's keep it going. He says, I found out yesterday when the statement came out, as if I didn't know, it was clear. We started discussing things yesterday, and now we're all in agreement. We've said what needs to be said. The goal is to assess how to improve. I'm here starting today, and I'm making decisions as of now. Yo, my guy said I've been making decisions. Bro, he just got here. He's already making decisions. I like this. Let's keep it going. Leading the team at the Club World Cup. Now, this is pretty interesting because the Club World Cup, initially, I said I didn't want a new manager coming in for this tournament. Only because, well, no, that's actually a lie. I said that I did want Xabi to be here for the Club World Cup, But then I changed my mind. I said, actually, no, I don't want him to come for the tournament. Only because, right, I was thinking like, yo, he's not going to really have a true preseason. You're going to be entering a must-win tournament, and we're coming off the back of a pretty poor season. So that made me nervous for Xabi Alonso, right? That made me think, what if we go to this Club World Cup and we get embarrassed and we play like shit and we get knocked out in the group stage? Now, that's going to already cause so much pressure onto the manager. But now that I think about it, because the Club World Cup is damn near in the middle of the summer, right? It starts next month. We're probably not going to even have a preseason. So Xabi Alonso is getting thrown into the deep end here, because it's a tournament that I think a lot of us expect us to win. And I want to see us play well. So Xabi's going to have to get a lot of things right very fast. These are not preseason games. So that does have me a little bit worried for him. But let's see what he says. The circumstances mean that that's how it happened. So I have the opportunity to bring things forward a bit. We'll get to know each other and fight for a trophy. That will be the ambition. And if we're able to bring the two things together, it'll be a great start. That's what I'm working towards starting today. Fair enough. Playing style. All right, chat. Now we're getting into it. Playing style. Okay. I like that question because football today demands that you can be flexible, dynamic, and move pieces around. I have some ideas of how I'd like to play, and I want the team to show emotion, energy, and to be connected with the crowd. The symbiosis will be crucial. We have great players to work with, and I want to get down to the day-to-day work so we can fulfill the potential of each one of them and start putting the pieces in place to build a team. I want the players to play where they feel most comfortable and where they can show off their physical, tactical, and mental attributes to the fullest. The good thing is that we have great players. The rest is my problem. Facts! Facts! The rest is your problem. This is why I was so crucial with my criticism of Carlo Ancelotti, because even though, yes, we did have some deficiencies in the squad, but that team is still one of the best in the world. There was no reason for us to be as shit as we were over these last 9 months. So when Xabi Alonso now says that we have a great squad, it's his problem to now figure out how to get the best out of them. He's cooking. He's cooking. He's absolutely right. As the manager, it is your job to figure it out.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Where did I leave off with this? Okay. I've watched games, and I'm already thinking about how to be a balanced team that exerts control over the game while capitalizing on the team's individual qualities. That be able to, express themselves while also following the system that is needed. Nah, look, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Xabi is cooking. Bellingham's position, interesting. What do you guys see Jude Bellingham as? I view Jude as more of an 8. To me, Jude's best position is a box-to-box midfielder. That's what he was at Dortmund. That's what he was at Birmingham. And the only reason why there's this conversation now on Jude and where he's supposed to play is because after Karim Benzema left, Carlo Ancelotti, and we have to give Carlo credit. After Benzema left, Carlo did have a tactical masterclass by playing Jude in the 10/false 9. But because Jude bagged so many goals, now people seem to forget what's his actual best position. Jude is a box-to-box midfielder that crashes the box late. He's not a 10. Like, Jude to me is not a 10. He can play as a 10, but I think you'll get more out of him as a box-to-box. Just me personally. So I'm going to be very interested to see what Xabi Alonso ends up doing with him. But he says he can be special wherever he plays because he's a special player. I agree. He was at Dortmund when I arrived, and he made a generational impact when he came to Real Madrid. Facts. He'll be a crucial player for us in the coming years, and this is a great time to work with him and make sure he's a key part of what we want to do. We want him to use his potential in the most efficient way possible. So see, this kind of tells me that Xabi Alonso is still trying to figure out what he's going to do with Jude. Because he just gave Jude a bunch of compliments. He didn't actually tell us what position he thinks he'll play. But we all know he'll be an 8, and Jude has free roam, right? Because you see Jude involved in defending, then he's involved in the build-up, and then he's involved in the final third, right? Jude is wherever he wants to be on the pitch. So I think Xabi just has to find a balance because we're stacked with 8s, right? You got Jude, you got Camavinga, you got Fede Valverde, you got Tchouaméni. Like, you have all these midfielders, but you have to find a system that allows them to thrive because it's a lot of engines in that midfield, but then there's no controllers. This is why we're looking at an Enzo Fernandez, why we're looking at an Angelo Stiller, right? Because we're missing that Toni Kroos role. But Xabi didn't answer that question of where does he think Jude's position should be. So I feel like there'll be some games he's lined up in the 8. There'll be some games where he's in the 10. That's what I expect. I mean, there's really nowhere else to put the guy. I don't know. Is he ready for Madrid? Of course he is. Of course he is, brother. I feel like now is the time. It's the right moment because it suited all parties. I felt it from the people around the place since yesterday. They're excited and eager to believe. That gives me real energy, and now we just have to translate that onto the pitch. Of course. Good answer. Which coach has had the biggest impact on him? Good question. I think the fact I'm sitting here now is due to a wide range of influences. I've been fortunate enough to have some fantastic coaches, and I always try to be eager to learn from and understand them. My father was a coach, and he was perhaps my biggest influence. You gradually start to develop your own playbook, but you have to remain dynamic when it comes to how to improve. I try and enjoy a good relationship with all the players, and that's a very positive thing. Again, see, he didn't really answer this question. He didn't answer this question. Which coach has had the biggest impact on him? And the only coach that he brought up was his dad. Big up to Xabi Alonso's father. I mean, like maybe he is a tactical genius. But, I mean, like Xabi Alonso was here underneath some great managers, right? Like Jose Mourinho. I believe he was there, 2014 as well, like when they won the UCL. Was that with Carlo, right? So, I mean, it's like he's been under some pretty good managers. So, maybe he didn't want to name them because then you might forget somebody. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody to feel left out. Relationships with the players. I don't really like to say what I'm like myself, but I do need to feel close to them in training, in games, and in the team talks. I need that connection so I can feel what each player needs. I know I'm the coach, but I like to be close to everyone. So it seems like Xabi is a man manager as well as a tactician. I mean, this makes sense. You have to have a good relationship with your players, bro. If you don't have a good relationship with your players, then they're not going to go out there and give their best for you, right? This is why, even though we didn't play well underneath Carlo last season, right, the players still loved Carlo, right? You see how sad they were when he was leaving, right? You saw how everybody was emotional. You saw the goodbye post to Ancelotti. The players really liked him. The issue was that Carlo was just naive tactically. But you have to have a good relationship with your players. You have to, bro. Like, everything has to work. You can't just come in and just have a bad relationship and then expect these players to give you 100%, because we all know player power is the most influential thing in football. It's much easier to get rid of a manager than it is to sell your best players. So, yeah, you have to get them on side. Okay. He talked about Modric as well. So he says, I'm not very objective with Luka. We were teammates and we enjoyed great chemistry on the pitch. He's become the conductor of this team and a true legend. Seeing his farewell the other day makes you proud to be a part of the club and all that Luka has done. I was with him just a moment ago and I'm going to enjoy it. It'll be a privilege to be with him at the Club World Cup. Yeah, I wish that Luka was staying, bro. Mbappe and Vinny, interesting. Let me see this. It's incredibly fortunate to have players of that quality among many others as well. They're two guys who make the difference, and we have to get the very best out of them both. If they give it their all, this will be a winning team. I have some ideas, and there is still some time before I get to speak to them, but I'll work on it. things work better when there's good connection and communication. They're top-level players, and that's my job. Ooh, he says that I already have some ideas. I like that. Yo, guys, if you have not watched my Xabi Alonso tactical breakdown at Real Madrid video, you guys got to go check that out. That's just me giving my predictions of what I think he'll do. Next, they asked him about Rodrigo, the Bangladeshian Messi, the Mumbai Ronaldo, the Sri Lankan Neymar. There's a lot of speculation about Rodrigo. Will he stay? Will he go? Who knows? Anyways, he says he's a Madrid player, and I will have a conversation with everyone because we need to do so, and we'll get to know each other. He's a spectacular player, and we need him. We need him. He didn't just say, yeah, you know what? I'll analyze. Maybe I'll see where I can fit him. No. He said he's a spectacular player, and we need him. Now, we all saw the reports that said Rodrigo, his future depends on talks with Xabi Alonso. Now, I am interested to see where he ends up playing him. That, to me, is going to be very interesting because I think Rodrigo's best position, if Xabi does a back three, is at left wing back. That's where I think he can get an opportunity. But at the same time, maybe I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he comes in and does a back four. Who knows? Okay, last question here, chat. The high press. I want us to be able to choose our moments. We have to work on the idea of how to do it, and right now we have to be able to manage different approaches. The plan is to have an ambitious, proactive style and to take the initiative. I'm convinced we have the players to do that. Yeah, the pressing is going to be interesting because a lot of people criticize our front three for not pressing enough. So, we'll see how it works. But chat, what are you guys saying about Xabi Alonso's press conference? It's exciting. He didn't really give any specific answers that give us a huge idea on what he wants to do per se, but I think he handled the questions well. I like what he said about Rodrigo specifically because Rodrigo is my favorite player at the club. But yeah, let me know what you guys are saying, right? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. I have a very good feeling about Xabi Alonso. I'm telling you.
Así, Hala Madrid. Así.
Hold on.
Así Hala Madrid.
I don't think Xabi had to say anything specific. I feel like being a manager is a hard job, bro, because you don't want to say the wrong, especially during a press conference, right? When you're trying to make a good first impression, you don't want to be too specific. You don't want to give too many answers, and then, you were so specific, and then you can get caught up on things, right? I feel like let him do his talking on the pitch. I have a great feeling about this manager, and I'm telling you right now, we are going to cook underneath Xabi Alonso. I'm guaranteeing it. I feel it in my balls. But let me see what you guys are saying. Big up the damn chat every single time. Shout out to everybody that's watching and is not in the chat, right? Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe. But, yeah, let's see. Swap Rodrigo for Saka? No, thank you. I want PSG to win their first UCL. I don't really care who wins it. If PSG wins that UCL, though, Mbappe is going to get cooked. I can't wait for the first game. Yo, Kevin, first game is going to be June 18th against Al Hilal, who are the Real Madrid of the Asian continent. That's going to be a fantastic game. What's the red card? What did I say that was a red card? Hey, yo. What I said that was hey, yo. Huh? What I said? The card's not coming out until I know what was said. Did I say something? Hey, yo.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Nah, come on. I can feel it in my balls. That's not a yellow card, bro. That tingling feeling that you get when you are like excited, or like when you're on a roller coaster or something, and you know how you got like that feeling, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm talking. Like I'm just excited, bro. I'm excited. My new gaffer is here. We're not here to partake. We're here to dominate. Nah, that's not a yellow. That's not a yellow. VAR has already reviewed it. Hold that. It's not a yellow. Will you be going to any of the games in the Club World Cup? Nah. I think Madrid are going to be playing close to me. Well, where's the final going to be at? If the final is, let me see. Where's the Club World Cup final at? I tell you right now. Maybe I'll go to because the World Cup final is going to be like 20 minutes from my house. So if the Club World Cup final is at MetLife, then maybe. Hold on, let me see. Club World Cup final location. More than likely not, though, okay? Oh, shit. The final is at MetLife Stadium. Yo, I would only be like 30 minutes away from the final. But more than likely, nah. I don't feel like having to sell a kidney to go to a Real Madrid game. I do enjoy doing my watch-alongs and making content. So, you feel me? Maybe, but probably not. Unless I get rich immediately. But yeah, I mean, shit. I could drive there, maybe sneak in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I try and find like a tunnel underneath the pitch. Maybe I try and bypass security. Who knows? Club World Cup IRL stream, that would be dope. That would be dope. Let me see. W chat, man. I expected better, but it's okay. Yeah, now look, Justin, don't worry, bro. He wasn't going to just be super specific. Yeah, Galatasaray, I agree. I would have liked to see a question about Arda Güler, 100%. If somebody would have asked him, like, yo, what do you think about Arda or something, just to get, because I think Arda is going to become generational underneath Xabi Alonso. Again, that's why when people were talking to me about Florian Wirtz, I'm like, bro, why do I need Florian Wirtz? I have fucking Arda Güler. I think Xabi Alonso is going to cook with this player. I'm telling you that, chat. I have very high expectations. One of my main criticisms of Carlo was that he wasted Arda Güler. He didn't use him as much as he should have. Look, big up Santiago, man. W Santiago. Bro needs to drop in from the battle bus. Yo, maybe I might parachute in. Maybe I might. Barca won 5 trebles. We do not care. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, bruv. I do not care. That is very nice for you. Maybe you'll become a bigger club than us someday, little bro. Keep trying your hardest, though. You know what I'm saying? I think Saka would be... Nah, I don't need another winger, bro. If Rodrigo leaves, use that money to go get me Sorloth from Atletico Madrid then. Fuck it. Go little bro Atleti. If he'd come off the bench for them, he'd come off the bench for us. I don't need another winger, bro. Go get me a backup striker that's an aerial threat. Let me see. On what planet is Barcelona a bigger club than Real Madrid? What the fuck? What dimension did I wake up in? Because it can't be the reality that I thought I was in. I must be in a different reality, brother. Matt, don't ever disrespect Real Madrid like that, comparing Barcelona to us, bro. What the... Like...
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I feel disgusted. Don't ever do that again, bro. Don't ever disrespect Real Madrid like that ever again, bro. You fucking mad, bro. It's a yellow card. That's a yellow card. Anybody that thinks Barca are bigger than Real Madrid, that's a yellow card. Are you mad? Are you mad? Yellow card. VAR wanted to give a red, but I had to overturn it. I said, nah. What did God say to Jesus in the Bible? They know not what they do. Y'all don't understand, bro. That is crazy. Your greatest ever player is an HGH merchant, okay? If Messi didn't get them steroids, my guy would have been 5'1". Instead of being a footballer, Messi would have been in the Argentinian circus. Are you mad? My guy had to take drugs to become what he was. CR7, that's just natural ability, okay? We didn't need HGH hormones at 12 years old. That's all that I'm saying, bro. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. I could pick up Messi and carry him around like a little baby. Little man, give him a little noogie on the head. That's what I could do to Messi. You can't do that to Michael. You can't do that to CR7. Messi out there looking like a Make-A-Wish kid. Stop it. Stop it. What is this? Messi owns Madrid. Nah, bruh. Stop it, bruh. Stop it. Little guy, Messi. Come on, bro. Now, look, big up the chat, man. Don't spam, brother. Don't spam. We wish you had Messi. What? We wish you had Messi Madrid. Why would I want that? Why would I want Messi? Nah, I'm be real, bro. Messi hype. Midget's not fooling me, bro. Stop it. True, we did reject Pedri. We did. I don't know what Madrid scout told Pedri that he was too small and not physical enough. Fire him. Pedri would be the perfect Toni Kroos replacement. The only reason that I don't ever talk about it is because he plays for Barca. It's no chance. It's no way in hell that we get Pedri ever. So there's no point. But Pedri, yeah. The fact that the club rejected him, that's a L. Barca want BBC again. See? Yellow card. Because you're not even talking about it in the footballing way. I know exactly how you meant that, bruv. Yellow card. Why you said it like that? Why you said it like that?
Brother,
Nah, that's a pause.
What's that?
That's a pause.
What's that, brother?
Why are you gay?
It's crazy.
Who says I'm gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
You are gay. How can I describe you? Yo. Nah, let me stop. Big up to the LGBTQAADGZYX community. You feel me? We are inclusive over here at Football Carnage. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the rainbow mob to come after me. You feel me? But now look, big up the damn chat every single time. Let's move on though, right? Again, Xabi Alonso has officially been introduced. It's exciting times. But we got to talk about some of these players though, because we know that there's going to be incomings, right? Like we've already signed Dean Huijsen. We've already signed Trent Alexander-Arnold. And now we're working on bringing in a left back. Now, it seems like the left back that's the favorite to get brought in by Real Madrid is Alvaro Carreras, the left back at Benfica. Now, do you guys know that he was in Real Madrid's academy for 3 years? And then we let him go to Manchester United. And then he was in their academy for 2 years. And then they sold him to Benfica. So we are already familiar with this player. Now, I've only watched maybe 2 Benfica games this season. And one of them against Barcelona, he actually looked pretty good. And I think he actually did a good job against Lamine Yamal. And we all know, Yamal is one of the best players in the world. More than likely, if you're going against Lamine Yamal, you're going to get cooked. Like, that's just how it goes, okay? You can only do but so much as a defender. But Alvaro Carreras actually held his own in the game that I watched. Now, I'm not familiar with this player, though, in general, right? I've read up about him. I've tried to understand why is he the left back that we're going for. I know that he does also have a 50 million release clause. Real Madrid are not going to pay that. I will tell you that right now. The club are going to negotiate that price down, and I think Alvaro is going to have to force this move. But I need you guys to get in the comment section and let me know what you think about this guy. Like, does anybody watch Benfica on a consistent basis? Because I don't. Now, if you rate him, that's fantastic. But I'm not sold on this player. If Xabi Alonso wants him, and if Xabi Alonso thinks that he's the perfect left back to fit at Real Madrid, then I'm willing to give it a chance. But would he have been my first choice at left back? No. To be honest, I would have preferred us to go get Miguel Gutierrez. Bring him back. One of the best left backs in La Liga, and we have a buyback clause, 8 million. And then we can use the rest of that money to address other positions. But Alvaro Carreras, he seems to be the chosen one. So I'm willing to see how it works. But we do need to address the left back position. And I do like how aggressive the club is being in the transfer market. Because our back line this past season was a disgrace. There was one point in time where I forgot what a clean sheet felt like. Teams were always scoring against us. We always looked so open at the back. Thibaut Courtois had to make big save after big save after big save. It was not sustainable. So, our left back options are hella mid. Fran Garcia, I think he's good going forward, but overall as a player, he's not the level to start at Real Madrid. Ferland Mendy, this guy can't stay fit to save his life. And he also fell off this season. But Mendy is a beast defensively. And what I've read about Alvaro Carreras is that he's very good going forward, but he's also very good defensively as well. He's very technical. He's good at overlapping. He can also invert. He can link play in the final third. He's tall. He fits the profile. Now, there was a report that came out that said Alvaro Carreras will be the last defender that we signed this summer. The only way that we would be able to bring in another defender is if Alaba or Militao leave the club. And this actually does make a lot of sense, right? We just can't keep buying players without outgoings. Now, I am going to drop a video pretty soon going through every single player in our first team and telling you guys whether I would force them out or keep them. And I think Alaba and Militao are two players that need to be forced out of the club. Not because they're trash, right? I think Alaba is washed. And on top of him being washed, the guy can never stay fit. And on top of those two things, he's the second highest paid player at Real Madrid. David Alaba got a fucking bag. We gave him so much money. His agent laughed all the way to the bank. We signed him on a free from Bayern. And Alaba gave us maybe one good season. And then has just been mediocre since. So, we got to see. But it makes sense. Alaba, Militao, one of them have to leave this summer. Now, legally, the club can't force anybody to leave. Once you sign a contract, you can stay as long as that contract permits. But at the same time, right, when I think about it, Militao as well needs to be sold. Militao has torn his ACL again. This guy has torn both his ACLs. He's done. He's cooked. He's finished. But it's going to be very hard to get those players off the books. I'm going to be real. They make good money. We would have to hope that a Saudi club comes in for them. And then with next season being a World Cup year, right? These players are going to want to be in the World Cup. This is the perfect time to force out players that you don't want. I would tell Alaba, I would tell Militao, you have no place at Real Madrid any longer. You don't have to leave, but you will never play for us ever again. You'll be playing with La Fabrica. We would have you training with the under 16-year-olds, okay? I'd have you babysitting every fucking day if you don't leave this club. You got to tell them. Be like, yo, if you want to be in that World Cup, you got to get out of here. So, it makes sense. I do think the club want to sign another center back. I believe that we do. But you cannot do that with Eder Militao and David Alaba and their wages still being on the books. But as far as Alvaro Carreras is concerned, it seems like he could possibly be the final defensive signing. So that would mean that we did address the back line, right? We brought in Trent. We did we did our own personal best with Dean Huijsen. Do you guys know that Dean Huijsen is the most expensive defender that Real Madrid have ever bought? 50 million. I think Militao cost like 43 back when we bought him. But yeah, Dean Huijsen is our record signing as a defender. A lot of people don't realize that because it's 50 M's. And the 50 M's in today's market is not a lot of money. But for us, it is. But yeah, let me know what you guys are saying about Alvaro Carreras. Do you think that he is the guy that Real Madrid should be targeting at left back? Again, I'm not too familiar with him, but I'm willing to hear what you guys are saying, right? The defensive revolution at Real Madrid is continuing, and hopefully we can end up bringing in maybe one more defender if we can get Alaba or Militao off the books. Now, I already told you guys, the left back that I want, and it's unrealistic, right? No way that we get him unless Man City get found guilty and they get relegated or they get stripped of Champions League football. I want Vardiol. No chance it happens. But if there's any possible way that that can happen, I would love for the club to explore that option. I think Vardiol is the best left back in the world. Oh my days. He's fucking phenomenal. And he's young. But, like, amazing player. Amazing player. But, again, it's not realistic. Man City are not a selling club. Man City are going to want a lot of money to even entertain an offer for this guy. So, that's why I low-key am praying on City's downfall. I need them to get found guilty. I would love to be at the Man City summer sale buying some of their players. Bring me Vardiol. Bring me Savio. You feel me? Maybe even Haaland. Nah, let me stop. I'm just joking. But yeah, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are saying. Few more and then we'll move on because we still do have two more things to talk about. Vardiol is the best left back. Yeah, facts. We were in for him before City got him. But their offer was just, I think they paid like 95 million for Vardiol, bro. We don't operate like that. So now, Mbappe, you did cook him. You did, but he's still a baller, bro. Bro, you have to watch Franco. Bro, you must have just found my channel. Big up to Jesus. But, yeah, we've already talked about Franco maybe like a few weeks ago. I would like the club to sign him, but I doubt that it happens. I feel like we'll sign him in January. W Carnage. W Angelo Stiller. My guy. We all know I want Enzo Fernandez, but if we can't sign Enzo, go get me Angelo Stiller. One of those two players, perfect for that Toni Kroos profile. Carnes, what do you think about Baller from what I saw? Now, I'm not going to act like I watched Stuttgart, but we need a specific profile of midfielder, and he checks all the boxes. I would take Angelo Stiller, yes. Bring me Savio to Madrid when Rodrigo leaves. Yeah, bro, Savio's a baller. Savio's an absolute baller. I think he's going to be one of the best wingers in the Premier League. Facts, bro. Yo, Sensei, we literally got Stiller in the chat, bro. Yes, Trent is coming. I've been watching recent games of Stiller and Carreras. I can easily say that Stiller is that guy who Madrid needs. Calm, creative. Hold on, the chat's moving kind of quick. Skilled, perfect. Carreras doesn't have that special gene. Ooh, okay. I'll take your word for it, bro. Let me see. Yeah, I know that PSG do want Franco, but I think it's kind of been reported that he's not interested in going to PSG at the moment. He wants Real Madrid, bro. Like, he's been twerking for us. This guy is moving like Lotto. Come on now. Why do you want Enzo, bro? He is too overrated and has the ego. Bro, go watch my video, Omar. I dropped a video yesterday talking about Enzo Fernandez. What about Alexis McAllister? Not going to happen. Good player. Liverpool won't sell him. Not going to lie, I gave up on Saliba low-key. Yeah, Saliba this summer would be very hard to get done. I don't know. Maybe next summer. My microphone is cutting off. Drop a 1 in the chat if my microphone is fucking up. Sensei says Xabi Alonso, or drop a 2 if it's fine. Let me see. Playing 3 defenders, we have to be flexible and dynamic. I already have an idea on how we will play, but that idea isn't fixed. It could change. I like that. Facts, Sensei. I like that as well. I like that as well, bro. Hold on.
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
So Trent's getting announced next week. I actually don't know when Trent's gonna get announced. I don't know. I feel like Dean Huijsen might get announced first before Trent. I don't know how the club are gonna do it though. I don't know. But when it happens, we'll be here. 2s? All right, yeah, 2s in the chat. So that means that the mic is good. Bet. Grimaldo would be amazing and he's Spanish. Yeah, but Grimaldo is 29 years old. I think that the club would prefer to get somebody a little bit younger than that. But, you know, considering that he already knows Xabi's system and, you know, Xabi Alonso was able to make him a monster at Leverkusen, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed at the deal. But I just don't really see it happening because of his age. Leverkusen are about to get raided, bro. They lost Verts. They lost Frimpong. I'm telling you, a few other... I think Piero Hincapié might leave as well. Yeah, I think Grimaldo might be gone. Maybe, like, Victor Boniface or... Yeah, like, they're going to lose a couple more players. Didn't they just hire Ten Hag as their manager? That's going to be pretty interesting. But, yeah, guys, let me know what you're saying about Alvaro Carreras and just the defensive things that we got to work at Real Madrid. Yo, big up Venezuelan. Also, big up Castiago as well. I love seeing the membership badges in the chat. That shit is just so cool to me. But big up, guys. Big up every single time. Now, we got a couple of more things to talk about. Then we're going to wrap up. I don't want to make this stream too long. We do have Football Mania later as well. So, again, you guys want to have those notifications turned on, right? You guys definitely don't want to miss anything that we have coming up. Going to have some fun videos dropping over the next 2 days. It's going to be super lit. So, yeah. But... let's keep it moving because I do want to talk about Lunin. Now, we all know that Lunin's future is up in the air, right? There's a lot of reports saying that he's attracting a lot of interest from other clubs. We're hearing about him wanting to be a #1 keeper, but then we're seeing contradicting reports that are saying the opposite, right? That even though Lunin's getting a lot of interest, the player still wants to stay at Real Madrid. Now, I don't really know what to believe, but in my opinion, Lunin is a player that I wouldn't mind seeing leave. Now, I rate Lunin very highly. I think he is one of the best #2s in the world. And we saw it last season when we won the UCL. When Courtois went down, Lunin was so important for us. But without Lunin, we probably don't even make the Champions League final. We probably don't win La Liga. This guy has proved himself, all right? And he's shown that he is the level of a Real Madrid goalkeeper. I was very impressed with what I saw by Lunin. And I think any club that signs him will be getting an amazing goalkeeper. Like, if you're Manchester United and you got that scrub, Onana, you should be coming in for Lunin. If you're Chelsea and you got that scrub, man like Bobbert, okay? Roberto Sanchez, man, then you got to get a guy like Lunin. Now, he's being heavily linked with the move to Galatasaray. All right, Marca is saying that Galatasaray are interested in signing Andrei Lunin. He wants to stay, but his agent is looking for a way out due to minimal playing time. Now, if Lunin wants to stay, again, I would keep him, right? There's no reason that Lunin should be leaving if he doesn't want to. But The issue that Lunin has is that because you're a goalkeeper, you're not going to play that much, right? Like, goalkeepers are not like other positions where you sub them on in the middle of games, right? The only way that a goalkeeper gets subbed on is if the starting goalkeeper either gets injured or gets a red card. It's not like an outfield player. It's not like having good wingers and you can rotate, or having a good midfielder and you can bring them on the 50. No. See, goalkeepers play the entire match. So the only time that Lunin really gets an opportunity is during like the cup games and if Courtois gets injured. And Courtois isn't old. Courtois is 32 years old. And it doesn't look like he's slowing down at all. Courtois was arguably our best player last season. Well, this past season, he was fucking phenomenal. Goalkeepers can play until they're like 40 at a high level. And unless Lunin wants to just be a career backup, then he has to leave, honestly. Maybe this could be something like a Rodrigo kind of situation where the player feels underappreciated, right? But again, you're a goalkeeper. It's not much game time for you at the club. Now, if I was Lunin, I would not leave. I think Lunin is too good to go to Galatasaray. And that's not me disrespecting Galatasaray, right? I think Galatasaray, big club in Turkey. But let's be honest. In like the overall scheme of things, Lunin could get a much better club to come in for him. If I was Lunin, I'm not leaving Real Madrid unless I'm going to an elite club. Lunin is better than, for example, look at João Garcia, the goalkeeper from Espanyol. All these big clubs are chasing him. Why? Lunin is better than him. We all saw what Lunin can do when given an opportunity. Now, I don't want to sell him. Same thing like Rodrigo. I don't want Lunin to leave. But for his own personal development, I would understand if he did leave. Do you get it? He's already won everything at the club. He's seen a lot of success. Don't forget, heading into this season, Lunin only had 1 year left on his contract. And I remember last summer, I wanted the club to sell him. I didn't like the fact that we allowed Lunin to enter this season with less than a year left. Now, luckily, he signed a contract back in September. But I do think he wants to play more. And at Real Madrid right now, it's just not a possibility. But I think no matter where he goes, he'll cook. He will cook. I'm telling you. But I would not leave for Galatasaray. Nah. I would stay at Real Madrid. I would need to be going to a better club in Europe. Maybe Lunin could be the replacement for, I don't know, like Manuel Neuer. Right? I think he's good enough, bro. Like, Lunin just needs an opportunity. And the thing is, last season, Carlo didn't even really give him that opportunity. Remember, when Courtois got injured, Carlo brought in Kepa. And Carlo made Kepa the undisputed #1 right away. But Kepa was playing okay. But when Lunin got an opportunity, Lunin was phenomenal. Like, Lunin literally forced his way into that 11. Lunin earned the right to leave with no hate from us. Facts. Lunin is not better than João Garcia. Of course he is. Of course he is. I didn't see João Garcia having a masterclass against Man City at the Etihad. Oh, okay. I didn't see João Garcia making all these big 1v1 saves. Stop it. Yeah, Lunin is better than Szczesny too. Facts. But yeah, let me know what you guys are saying about this Lunin situation. I mean, what do you think he should do? His agent is doing his job, right? Like, the agent, he's supposed to look out for the player, right? The agent, his job is to do what's best for his client. But people always seem to, like, blame agents and be like, oh my God, these fucking agents are so greedy. Bro, they work for the player. If Lunin told his agent to stop looking for another club, the agent would have to stop because Lunin is his boss. So we have to realize, like, when the agent is doing these things, it's on behalf of the player. But it's like agents get, like, this bad rep while the players get nothing. But it's like, you do realize that the agent works for the player. Like, that Lunin is his agent's boss. He pays his agent. His agent works for him. So if his agent is looking for a new club, he would only be doing that with the permission from Lunin. A lot of people don't realize this. if Lunin leaves, then does this mean that Franklin's... Nah, I doubt it. We'd probably go buy another goalkeeper, to be honest. We'd probably go buy... Because we're also in for Joan Garcia. But I would rather keep Lunin. But again, if he leaves, wouldn't blame him. Yo, Big Up Guillermo says Lunin played against an arguable prime version of Man City. Bro, Man City were cooking us that game as well. They were... Yo, Lunin was immense. Let me see. I'm surprised more Premier League teams aren't in for him. Yeah, I think there could be something there as the summer continues, bro. 100%. Guys, we got one more than to talk about. Rabona, what's going on? I almost didn't see you there. I wouldn't want to see him leave. I never worry about us whenever Courtois is injured. Plus, I feel like Xabi will swap between him and Courtois more often than Carlo did. But then, like, what competition? So, like, what do you play? Spanish Super Cup and then Copa del Rey? Maybe some La Liga games here and there. Maybe, like, the Champions League if we qualify early in the league stage, depending on what teams we're going against. I don't know. Yeah, like, being a backup goalkeeper is a very hard job. You don't really get that many opportunities to impress. Leo Roman is the perfect... Yo, that guy at Mallorca is a fucking monster. Oh, my days. My man got those Spider-Man reflexes. It's crazy, bro. But last thing that I want to talk about, and then we'll wrap this up, right? So, we all know, right? Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's a Real Madrid player. It's not been officially announced by the club yet, but we got the Here We Go a few weeks ago. Trent already announced that he's leaving Liverpool, right? He's already made the video. We all saw during the trophy celebrations that he was crying, and he said that he gave it all. And, you know, the fans even... You know what? Big up to Liverpool, the match-going fans, because they actually treated Trent with the respect that he deserves. Trent is arguably the best right back that Liverpool has ever had. And the way that their online fans are talking about a player that's given 20 years to that club just because he wants to get a new experience is a disgrace. They're acting like Trent went to Man United, their rivals, or went to Man City or Arsenal or Chelsea. He's going to Spain. Like, I don't get it. But there was this whole big commotion about, oh, is Trent leaving Liverpool for free? Like, it's about, well, look, say thank you. Because it's now been confirmed that Trent Alexander-Arnold is not leaving Liverpool for free. Technically, you're going to get a little 5 million euros because Real Madrid want him for the Club World Cup. Now, the reason that we have to pay Liverpool a little fee is because Liverpool, they do have Trent under contract until the end of June. Now, the Club World Cup starts in the middle of June. So, Liverpool would have to allow us to bring the player in. Now, Liverpool are already upset that he's leaving for free. And they're not going to just give him to us to play. So, we have to give them some kind of compensation. So, technically, Trent has not left on a free. You're welcome. Liverpool fans can stop crying about it now. Send me my right back. Immediately. Expeditiously. Okay? Trent is going to cook with Xabi Alonso. Trent is going to be moving like David Beckham. I'm telling you, Trent is going to do madness at Real Madrid. This league is going to be perfect for him. With his passing ability, the way that he's able to take set pieces, and defensively, I think Xabi Alonso might be able to do something with him where we're not even talking about how poor he is on that side of the ball. So, Liverpool, you're welcome, okay? We got you, little bro. Stop begging for money. We didn't know that you guys were broke like this. You know what I'm saying? We'll throw you a little 5 M's, okay? A little pity, you know what I'm saying? Some pity change. Use that to cover, like, Florian Wirtz's agent fees or something. You're welcome. So you guys can't say that Trent didn't do anything for you, okay? Trent got you 5 M's. Come on now. W Trent. W Trent. During the celebrations and parade, it kept being brought up that he's coming to Real Madrid. Horrible secret. Yeah, bro. It's one of the worst kept secrets in the world right now. Klopp made the... Facts. W Klopp. Rafinha versus Trent. Brother, I'm not worried about that Bolivian. I'm not worried about that Peruvian Dan James. Stop it. Fucking Rafinha. That guy's the purple patch merchant. Let me see. Hey, respect my side chick. You know what? Fair enough. I forgot that Liverpool is like your second club. My fault. We're born. My fault. You know what I'm saying? It's just these Liverpool fans, just sometimes, bro, they just speak with just too much chest. You gotta just remind them. Like, shut up. This is what it is. But nah, big up to everybody that's in here though. I think we'll wrap up here. Like I said, Mania will be live in about 3 hours. I'm going to try and get up a video on Carnage Extra, right? Maybe I'll do a video about Matthias Cunha going to United. I don't know what the hell he's smoking. Like, why the fuck would you go to Manchester United right now? That just tells me that they were the only club that were in for him. Because picking Manchester United right now is diabolical. Like, that is nasty work. So, yeah, maybe I'll drop that kind of video. But I have 2 cool video ideas that I'm going to drop. One on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. I don't know which order I'm going to drop them in, right? But we will do a video where I'm ranking every player based on how they did this season. And then we're going to have keep, sell, or loan kind of video where we're going through the squad as well. I feel like those 2 things could be pretty cool. So we'll do that over the next 2 days. That will come out. Make sure you guys keep an eye on the channel, right? Again, subscribe to Carnage Extra. The link has been getting dropped in the chat. Also, subscribe, well, not subscribe, but join the Discord, right? If you're not in the Discord, get in the fucking Discord. Come on, people. A few more chats, then we'll wrap. Let me see. Actually, nah, we'll just end it here. We'll end it here. Let me see. Who's live? Who can I redirect you to? Maybe I'll redirect you guys to Zaire. Zaire's doing some Saudi watch along. Al Hilal. You know what? He's an Al Hilal fan. And we do play Al Hilal in the Club World Cup in our first game underneath Xabi Alonso. So you know what I need you guys to do? I need you guys to go over to Zaire Talk and say something about Real Madrid will dominate Al Hilal. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them know, okay? We're going to rate them. Big up to everybody that's watching, right? We will be back in a couple of hours. Make sure to keep your eyes out on Carnage Extra as well. Get us to 800 subs on that channel. But, yeah, people, in a bit. Peace.
Yeah.